Hello ladies and gents, the old tightwads brain has been mulling over. Quite recently I've been going a bit like Lofty Wiseman and that. Survival, more bushcrafty than that. As you know, I use the sewing machine and I've got a lovely bit of material. And I sat on it for a bit, not literally, because I just thought, you know, you get it and you have it and then something comes in your mind. So with me, I've just made a very lightweight but capable shelter that you can carry about with you all the time, and the evidence for that is that I'm carrying it now. And as you can see, I ain't got a burden or nothing on. I'm carrying it in my smock, in my jacket, ladies and gents. Now I sewed these two pouches on there so I could keep a knife in there, and you know, like a silky saw and that, you know. From when I'm just doing, I'm not one for belt kits, done all that in the army. So without further ado, I'm just going to show you my mythology behind this very lightweight but get the job done capable shelter. Here we go, ladies and gents. Here's one part of it. Oh, and I'm loving this. It seems to be like a camouflage, right? So there's one part of it in there, and as you see on the other side, there is. Both of these two could be used individually, but together, as you'll see, you can have a very capable lightweight shelter, and it doesn't weigh a great deal. What I'll do is when I get home, I'll put both of these on the kitchen scales just to see how much they weigh for me, from my knowledge as well as yours, ladies and gents. Although being an old soldier, I'm not too worried about pounds and ounces. I'm worried about things that will work, and they'll only work if you've got them with you at the time in a difficult situation. Right, so I've only sewed this up. It's nothing magical, but I just believe it would work for me. So I'm going to have to sew on another couple of tie-ups, but the only thing, when you've sewn something up and you've done it from the house, you've got to bring it outside, get it up, have a look, check the angles, and then do a few marks on it, go back, and then that's the finished product. So it's the first time it's seen the light of day, ladies and gents. And as you'll see, really nice bit of, it's like a tree bark come digital camouflage. Really lightweight material, really nice. It's ripstop, and yeah, ladies and gents, so I've used, I think, about 6 meters of material there, so I'm not gonna bore anybody to death by watching me put up a little lean-to type shelter, so I'll bring you back, ladies and gents. All right, ladies and gents, this is part 1 of 2. Okay, I've designed it as a simple lean-to shelter. As you know, it's very small and it's very light. All I've got is a ridge line. I have used some of my tent pegs just for quickness, but again, we can all make a tent peg when we go in the woods. So it's only that and a ridge line. Ridge line was in my top pocket, and that one is always a bit of, in fact, just so you know I'm not lying, I always carry paracord in my pocket, and I'm sure you all do as well. Right, ladies and gents, so I'm very happy with the way this has come. It's got the length and it's got the sides that will cut around, keep the weather off me, and also the wind off me. But so it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tent pegs in it, a ridge line, a couple of prusik knots, and a couple of little bits of wood. Now on this, and you can only do it, bring it out, as I say, and then sort of test your angles and so forth. On that, you could bounce a 2-bob bit off it. Not a problem whatsoever. So I've got that angle now, and that's the angle that I want. It's going to give me a long space inside, and that when the weather gets worse, what I'm going to do is about here put another tab on it. That way when I want to, I can bring it in and almost have it just at a slight angle, just, I don't know, 45, that's got to be about 60-degree angle then, giving me a lot more protection inside of there. So, you know, I've measured that out. I'm going to say it's about 12 inches, and I'll put another tab on there. That's for next time, ladies and gents. That way I've got the option to bring it in smaller and closer. And I'm proper happy with, got the angles right on that one first time. And that's kind of not easy to do when you're sat and all you got is your front room carpet to mark things out and cut things out with, ladies and gents. On this, I'll bring you around the front. There's one more thing I want to do, and it'll be about there. Put a tie out, and that way it'll be, and I'll do it on a bungee. I'll have a bit of bungee, so or a bit of bungee cord to the little tab to pull it out to give me more head space underneath, ladies and gents. Okay, you've got to bring it out. I only want one and I want it in the middle. And let you come round here. Right, ladies and gents, here we see the business side of me Mac tightwad little shelter. I haven't even reinvented the wheel at all. There's a little ground mat I always carry about with me. So I'm just testing the shelter today, but that's just to give you a bit of scale. My cameraman is going to be bang on it. And Boldy, come on, wait. Just so you can see, ladies and gents, with that tyre at the back, there, Boldy, come on in. With that tyre at the back, it's going to give me adequate shelter. The rain will drop down there. I've had very similar shelter. Actually, that was made out of DPM Gore-Tex. I shot that to somebody, but certainly wind's coming in that way. It's going to give me a lot of cover, However, as you know me, it's not the first time you've seen something like this, but I just want to make it more like a baker tent. So I'm going to bring you back when I've got part 2 set up. Right, and there we go, ladies and gents. So I've stuck the second bit. Each of these shelters can be used individually or collectively. Oh, that sounded posh, didn't it? And I'll bring you in because this is going to be the one that's going to give me the most shelter. Now, bearing in mind it's from there to there, stretched out, it's 3 metres, and I've done that 3 metres by 150. To cover it over and make sure I've got a good like roofing effect on it that will keep the water out. It will need one more tie out there, and it will go down to the peg, ladies and gents, at the bottom. So I'm not even using any more pegs. And as we can see here, corner tie out, we've all seen them before. Move, Mr. Baldrick. There's Mr. Baldy. Baldy, move. And so there's the corner tie out, and it's gone straight to the same peg, ladies and gents. But what we will see, because I'm a bit of a clever twat, to make that go over and give me the join, see what I mean? And I'm going to have another one in the middle, fully pull that down, but I'm just going to do it with lightweight bungee cord, but leave it permanently attached. Now, right, it's not too brilliant, but there's me pressing knot, and I suppose it's about 7 inches in. I've done another little tie out point. As I say, you normally have one in the middle, but it's just 6, and that allows that to sit on that same ridge line. I'm not duplicating anything, and that will come down to the same tent peg. And as we see, ladies and gents, that's going to give me some really beautiful coverage inside there. Big massive space for me and all my kit. Okay, bearing in mind that next time I come out, I'm going to put a tab there, so that will come down even tighter should I want it. Oh, we're talking about big exhaust, mate, weren't we? There's another one with a little willy, and the same size here, just coming over about 6 inches in, that is, and boom. But here we see, and this is going to be, because it's all going to be lightweight, ladies and gents. I'm going to permanently attach this now. I know how, this is why I bring it out to try it. Piece of bungee cord, more than adequate for the task. I've done it with rope over that one, but that will be permanently applied and, you know, much better put on. It's just a little thing, and then it will go down to using the same tent peg. Bearing in mind, the idea is you would probably be using wooden tent pegs that you just made yourself. And there we go, ladies and gents. Boom. There she is, giving me, I don't know, out of about 100, I'd say about 75% coverage from the wind and the rain. And I'm proper loving that, and I'm liking that camouflage. The further you get away from it, the better it gets, and that's a new word, better. I'm putting that in the Bushcraft dictionary. That is better. But each of these 2 shelters, ladies and gents, can be used individually. And like I say, you could carry them in any smock on the planet in your, you know, your bottom pockets. But if you imagine now that one's not there, that's still a decent enough shelter as it is. Water run off there. I'd be in underneath there, happy as a little sandboy. Not sure if you can use that expression anymore, but there you go. So that is the Mac Tightwad idea, ladies and gents. It's nothing flashy, it's nothing fancy, but what I try to do is keep it really, really simple. Don't make it too complicated. Ray Mears, no, you can't nick my idea, my shelter design. It's probably not unique, and I'm not calling it out as such. But yeah, no, it's getting that material. It's lovely material, ladies and gents. Very, very lightweight, proper waterproof. I did test it, but it's also, if you can see it, ripstop material. I'm going to get some more of this. I want to get another 10 metres of it, just because people will see it and buy it, won't they? No. I'd be happy with that long term in any difficult position, ladies and gents. And you can see it does not weigh as much as an Army DPM or MTP, if you're a bit Gaylord, basher, because it's got no metal bits on it. It's got nothing it doesn't need. You can make your own tent pegs with it, and all you've got to do is shove it in your pockets. And I think, for me, Jeff, I think that's a job done, mate. Yeah, I'll be happy enough under there, mate. Yeah, proper lashing it down, boom. And like I say, these sides, I put a tab there and I can pull it in a lot tighter if I want it as well. So me and my kit, well, you get two blokes under there, and one that side and one this side, yeah. And you probably fit, like Descatty, dead slim, you probably fit Descatty in the middle, wouldn't you? Bless. And there he is, Mr. Baldrick, he approves. Go on, you want to go and shoot a bit, Baldy? He says, no, Dad. No. No, you're missing out, because he always brings you treats. Yeah, I love it, don't I, Dad? But ladies and gents, boom. Me flash, sorry, nothing flash, nothing fancy, emergency, bug out type. Always got it with you, shelter. Like I say, I'll bung some weight in there, tell you what it is. The thing is, if you're anywhere and you get caught out in the rain, or, you know, I hate saying that, get out of Dodge type of situation. So I'm never going to be in one, because I'm always going to bug in. But ladies and gents, yeah, it's all about having the stuff with you. If you're having it with you all the time, then it's got to be lightweight and easily doable. And I'm very, very happy with that as it goes. Now, people might think, well, why did you cut that angle? Because I want to be able to bring the sides in, ladies and gents. You know, you could have just said, you should have just left it the same length as the other one. But then I'm in there, that's going to be my living space, that's my storage space. So there we go, ladies and gents, the old Mac Tightwad, simple is as simple does, emergency shelter. I'm only about maximum 15 metres away, but it's the further away, the better it blends in, ladies and gents. And what it is, it doesn't actually catch the eye. So I'm quite happy with that camouflage. It's a bit funky, I'll give you that, but hey ho, I'm quite happy with that now. And considering I can just, well, as you saw, I can carry that in my pocket, put it up with a bit of paracord, make some sticks for pegs, job done. For me, that is a go-go. And again, the old Mac Tightwad shelter, lightweight for the use of, no Ray Mears, so you can't get one. Lofty Wiseman can, because he's my hero. Ladies and gents, this is obviously 1 metre by about 260. I made this, but here we see it set up in Baker tent style for when the weather's a bit better. Again, you've seen it completely closed down, giving me probably about sort of 85% coverage from all sides. And yeah, cut the poles, quick bit of bungee cord here, a little bit of a line out, and that's the job done. As I mean, I don't think we can, I'll phrase it a little bit better than Jeff did. You can get a whole traveller family under there. He phrased it slightly differently. That is it, ladies and gents. There's one more setup I see this being used, again, just to give you a better idea of what I was trying to achieve. Now, once them sides are brought in a little bit more round, which I'll do with another tab when I get home, I'm going to be snug as a bug in a rug there, ladies and gents. And it's just a rough setup, because I've only come out to make sure the theory is actually going into practice, but I'm proper on that. And yeah, I'm sort of, it's a bit funky like, but I'm liking that camouflage. What I'm seeing here, I don't know if it's going to turn out, is you're getting a lot of reflection from it. It's definitely woodland type camo, with a bit of, I don't know, digital bunged in there and that. But lovely material, ladies and gents. Lovely material. And a little secret for you, I've been doing a couple of long shifts, and when I do a long shift at work I take a sewing machine on me. When it's a bit queue in the evenings I do a bit of sewing up. I do repair people's clothing for them and that type of stuff. We call it a make do and mend session, but this was done by me while I was at work, not yesterday, well, on Friday. And again, sewed the tabs on just before I come out this morning. Oh, there's Mr. Baldrick. Right, ladies and gents, again, each one of these can be used separately or together. Even together, I think it makes a hell of a shelter. For very lightweight, I've kept it as simple as possible. No need to make it any more flash or fancy, because you just don't need it. I've got a few more tabs to sew on, and I'll do that when I get back in. So I'll definitely be bringing this out. In fact, this is a thing you're always going to throw. I don't mean at the bottom of your Bergen, but it's always going to be with it. It weighs nothing. Because there's no use having all this kit that you've designed and made if you know, when you're in a difficult situation, ladies and gents, and you ain't got it with you. There's two things that will do. If you haven't got it with you, well, you haven't got the protection of it, and two, your mindset will be arguably a lot worse, because you'll be annoyed with yourself and pissed with yourself because you haven't got it when you needed it, and that will have a psychological effect on your ability to sort of keep going. So you've got to make it so it's always with you, ladies and gents. There's Mr. Baldrick. I think he's eyeing up that stick. Ladies and gents, I'll leave it there. Mac Tightwood, another little creation. And there's Mr. Baldy, he approves. And I talked about another setup. There's probably a zillion more I could put me if I put my mind to it. But just keeping it simple, ladies and gents. If it starts raining and I still in the daytime want to work in area, I just do it like that. Stick in the middle, pull the two sides of the second tarp down. Water will run off that, no drama. It'll come down the top, and then obviously it'll run down there. And one of these things, obviously catching water, as you know, that's what we'd all do. I'm not going to start insulting people's intelligence, but if I'm out there and it's not a great situation in the woods, certainly these ones, there is no water source, that would be vital for me to do, catch water as it runs off. You know, I'd set it up so that side was high, that side was low, and it'd run off into whatever receptacle I've got. Ooh, I actually mean a pot, don't I? Well, anyway, ladies and gents, there is the old Mac Tightwood, simple, carry everywhere, improvised shelter, and I'm very happy with that. I'd think yeah, I'd be happy with that anywhere, to be honest. I know you've got a wind problem, and it's going to, like a tarp or any other such shelter, wind would be a problem getting in there, but I can close it right down and proper peg it down to the ground as well, so it's just like an A-frame tarp, but better. Right, if you watch this far, ladies and gents, thanks a lot for that, appreciate that. And didn't cost me a lot of money, and I'm not going to outline the price, because I know I've got to make one for somebody, Dean. He might want it in a brown material though, I think we talked about. But yeah, take care, ladies and gents, and stay safe.